Now, US intel suggests that China is preparing to arm Iran with advanced air defense systems in the coming weeks, and that has raised serious questions about Beijing's role just days after it claimed credit for helping broker the peace deal. President Donald Trump is also scheduled to visit China early next month for talks with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The intel further underscores how Iran may be using the ceasefire period as an opportunity to replenish certain weapon systems with help from key foreign partners. In fact, sources say that there are indications that Beijing is working to route the shipments through third countries to mask their true origin. The systems China is preparing to transfer are shoulder-fired and anti-aircraft missiles known as manpads. The weapons, which posed a serious asymmetric threat to low-flying US military aircraft throughout the 5-week war and could do so again if the ceasefire falls apart. A spokesperson for the Chinese embassy in Washington has strongly denied the report while stating that China has never provided weapons to any party to the conflict. The information in question is untrue. As a responsible major country, China consistently fulfills its international obligations. Further said, and I quote, "We urge the US side to refrain from making baseless allegations, maliciously drawing connections and engaging in sensationalism." During a press conference on Monday, President Donald Trump said that F-15 fighter jet shot down over Iran last week was hit by handheld shoulder-fired heat-seeking missile. Iran claimed it used a new air defense system to down the jet but provided no further details. In fact, it is still unclear if that system was Chinese-made or not. Chinese companies have continued to sell Iran's sanctioned dual-use technology that helps Tehran build weapons and even enhance its navigation systems. However, direct government transfer of actual weapon systems would represent a new level of assistance. One of the sources also claimed that China sees no real strategic value in overtly entering the conflict and trying to protect Iran against the US and Israel. Instead, Beijing is trying to position itself as a continued friend to Iran, a country whose oil it heavily depends on. The Chinese could very much argue that air defense systems are defensive rather than offensive in nature, distinguishing their support from that of Russia. Moscow has provided intel sharing to Iran throughout the war that essentially helped Iran proactively target US troops and even the assets in West Asia region. Iran has long maintained established military and economic relationships with both China and Russia. Tehran has even aided Russia extensively in its war on Ukraine, and that is by supplying large number of Shahid drones, and also sells China the bulk of its sanctioned oil.